everybody and welcome to my Stitch Tuesday or Tuesday stitching, or come and join the gang on a Tuesday. And we started this last week, which is going to be a new journal cover, and I did a little bit more off camera, so I think I did a little bit more stitching down there. But also what I mainly did, I did French knots in the middle of this poppy and some yellow ones round it, and then I did some trying to think what they're called, bullion knots. I couldn't think of the word then. Bullion knots there to do the petals. I did some sort of long stitching there, and thank you for putting pics in for the jar. I've not got round to putting them all in the jar, so we'll start that next week. So keep them coming in, those of you that haven't already contributed. Keep the suggestions coming in, they'll all go in the jar. And today what I wanted to do is I've got some of my assortment of threads out, and I thought we'd do some what they call Dorset buttons, but very basic Dorset buttons, because I wanted to see, that one's already done. I wanted to do something along those lines for the end of these dead end things. You know, I can do some Suffolk puffs, but I thought that we'd do some of these today. Now that's one that I did with sari. Now what I would do is then, once it's on, we can put other stitches inside, or we can, you know, we can do some petal stitch out from it. There's quite a few variations. Now I've got that out. So I like it on there. I think it might be a bit bright. Might be a bit too... Put that somewhere, because I think that will be useful actually. We'll see. So I just go and get any sort of supermarket hardware stores. They have these washer sets, very inexpensive, and they're all shapes and sizes. Well, they're not all shapes, are they? They're all circle, Catherine, you daft thing. They're all different sizes and thicknesses, I meant to say. We've got some really diddy ones here. They're cute, aren't they? There's some really fine thread. So, also I collect curtain rings. So if you see cheap packets of curtain rings anywhere, they're really good. That come off some jewellery. So all sorts of bits and bobs. There's some brass curtain rings there. So don't throw them away. You can use them on your project. And today I thought we'd have a play with these. So those that have watched been here for Tuesdays for a long while, these I got from Texarray Yarns, which I believe are not in business anymore, but you can get them from Steph Francis. They are their I think mixed bundle packs, something like that, where you get an assortment here. I mean, they're great for making tassels. You can split out the individuals for couching, or you can use them all together in all sorts of different ways. And I've got some of these left, and I thought those colours would go nice. So actually I'm going to stick with the yellow. I've got a bit of this butterfly trim, although I think it might be a waste doing it on the Dorset buttons. So I think we will have some of this, and let's have a look, see which will, I'm quite liking. The only thing with this is judging how much you need. I always misjudge it. I do. Just wrap this around some paper, look. Right, let's see if we can get, that should be plenty. That should be plenty, so I'm going to cut that off. This is ribbon. So if people buy, sometimes for embroidery, people will get this, things moving all over today, get this you can do all sorts of stitching with ribbon, and this is like a viscose ribbon. Very fine, this one. You can get different thicknesses for embroidery, but it wouldn't come through this as a canvas background. You need more of a loose weave, very loose weave, linens or hessian, that sort of thing. But for this purpose, this is going to be great. Now, how wide do we want these? And you see, that doesn't go. They've got a great big stem. You don't want a small diddly piddly bit on, do you? That would be quite nice. That size would be quite nice. We'll have a go with them for now. Okay, so normally if I'm doing this with thin thread, can't talk to thread, not Fred, thread. Dear, you can tell I've not been filming all summer, can't you? I would thread this onto a big tapestry needle, you know, the really thick eye ones. But for this purpose, we don't need to really. So I'm just going to tie a small knot, which we can get rid of later on. Okay, I think this might be a little bit too big, but still. Okay, so we'll go through the middle and loop. It's really like a buttonhole stitch. So if you want your knots on the outside, then we go through like that and just thread it through there and tighten it up and bring these together so that they're nice and tight together. You don't want your cheapo ring from the hardware store showing. Okay, so I'm liking that because I think with it being the ribbon, we're getting a really nice effect round the edge. So I suppose it depends really what you're wanting. Now, you know what I've not done today? I've not done any relaxation, have I? Usually we do a little bit of deep breathing before. Crikey, I'm really out of sync, aren't I? Okay, so thank you everybody that entered the giveaway. That was fabulous. Oh, it was lovely. You know, it was lovely to get that bit of a boost. Because I know we have got, you know, we have got some lovely subscribers, and we have got a very loyal group of subscribers that you know, that stay with us, and that is wonderful. It's just in the YouTube world it gets you down sometimes, because all these big channels, you see them with 20 and 30,000, even 3,000, and so, you know, I think, oh, that'd be marvellous to get to 3,000. Well, 1,000 would be great, because you can't do any live shows or anything like that, you see, until you get to 1,000 and so many viewing hours. I mean, David was saying the other day, he was looking at the analytics. You know, I leave all that sort of bumf to him. He was looking at the analytics on YouTube, and it's very silky, this. And my very first slow stitch videos had about 3,000 views. Now, if everybody subscribed that had watched just that one video, I'd have 3,000 subscribers, and you know, and it's, yes, I know it's not a numbers game, because, you know, we are very fortunate. We've got some lovely subscribers. They're very loyal. We've made some lovely friends so far, and you know, welcoming new people to the channel. But as I say, you can't do live sewing tutorials, things like that, and it's not about the money, because I was watching, as I say, I've been watching Carol Tinson, and she's been doing some research on it. And, you know, she's got about 18,000 subscribers. And so she's like in the middle group. And in a way she was saying the small groups can't get to the middle group, and the middle group can't get to the higher ups. And the higher ups just keep growing. And she was researching into that. And she also worked out that you have to have 1,000 views on your post to get £4. So David's just come in and told me that actually I'm nearly at 5,000 views for that first slow stitch. So I couldn't believe that. But I think I must be doing something wrong. Because even if a small percentage of that 5,000 people subscribed, I'd be all right, wouldn't I? So obviously they watched my first slow stitch video and something annoyed them and off they went. One or two of you will have joined in from that. But can you imagine, 5,000 people have watched that video? I can't believe that. Why can't they just press that button? I think it's to do with the psychology of it all, really. I mean, for us, we don't do it for the money. You know, the only people that are really making money in this game, and you've got to be, you know, like in the UK, we have Zoe Suggs, there's Zoella and Alfie Days, who started filming just everyday life when they were about 13. And, you know, they're now millionaires. They just grew and grew and grew. They've got millions of subscribers, and they've got all sorts of spin-off businesses and that from it. And I think that's marvellous. You know, they've worked really hard. I wouldn't want everybody watching every little thing in everyday life that we do. It's very intrusive. So, you know, I think they've done great. And some of the fashion people that I watch in the UK, or even if like in the States, Shea Whitney, she's a lovely girl that does fashion, and she's got 1 million. I remember watching her video as her and her husband were just watching the counts ticking over for the last couple to get them to 1 million subscribers, and it was so exciting. And they worked very, very hard. And obviously it's not just from YouTube. There's spin-off things they get invited to and what have you, don't they? And paid promotions and what have you. And so, you know, there are people that can make a lot of money at this. But it's certainly not going to be me and David. We've certainly not. Yeah. We do it because we enjoy it. And it's nice to have that interaction. But psychologically, you know, if you don't grow, you just trickle along. Psychologically, it doesn't help you. So when we get lovely messages like what we got, you know, for the giveaway, that really helped us, you know. And you see, you watch, you know, there's a lot of collaborations going on at the minute between various channels, and they're interesting. They make a nice change to watch. But there seem to be the same few channels that get invited to these things, don't they? So don't know what more we can do. I'll have to go to elocution lessons. Yeah, that's it. I'll go to elocution lessons and get rid of the Yorkshire accent, because I don't know. I don't speak the Queen's English very well, do I? There's so many regional accents, and I think again this is something Carol Tinson was touching on. She has a really broad accent as well, because she's from Birmingham originally, and she lives in Yorkshire now. And she has a strong accent. And she's right, you know, a lot of people do judge by accents. I don't know if you find that in the States as well. But he... See, that's my phone ringing. I know who it'll be. I think it'll be my dad. You'll never guess what. This is a funny story. I'm sure it'll be my dad. Say his plums have arrived. Now, yes, you might well raise an eyebrow there because we've got a massive plum tree in our back garden. And, oh, I love that. Look at that. And they are really sweet. They're lovely, sweet Victoria plums. And see, it's ringing on there now. Just answer it, Davey. We'll have to stop filming.
Hello. Okay, just hang on.
Just stop this.
Just hang on.
We're back. It was my dad. It was my dad. But because of it answered mobile, he's rung on landline then, so I had to stop. The plums have arrived. Anyway, I was stewing plums all Sunday afternoon. There were that many. We're up to us. All the neighbours have got bags. There were so many this year. And so I double wrapped them in the purple. Anybody that's bought anything from our shop will know the plastic purple bags we have. And I double wrapped. I froze them. I stewed them. I froze them. I put them in 2 purple bags. And then David said, well, you can't really send food through the post like that. It's supposed to be in a insulated envelope. Anyway, we went rummaging through and found an insulated. Knew we'd got one because my sister sent some cheese, I think, or something. Anyway, so it went in this insulated envelope and we parcelled it up. I posted it yesterday. So that's pretty good going, that, isn't it? Thank you, Royal Mail. It's gone all the way down to London from here. And that, I think I'm going to put that down there. Leave that tail on because I can sew that in so I don't make a mess. That's pretty, isn't it? I like that. Really pretty. So anyway, so he's rung to say they've arrived and they've arrived safely. The postman hasn't got squash plum juice all in his bag. Oh, can you imagine if that went over other people's stuff? No, it couldn't have done. It was far too well packaged. He were moaning, he says, you've put that much packaging on. I wondered if there were any plums in it by the time I got down to them. Cheeky thing. Right, let's see what we can put around this one. Do we want another one? Yeah, we could use a different thread, couldn't we? That's a nice one. If there's enough of this, how much is that? That will be plenty, I think. I bet you're all wanting to go and make plum crumble now, don't you? I did make a crumble with it. It was delicious. We've still got a massive carrier bag full in the garage. I wish I could send you some, you see. I could, you know, I could make you some crumble and send you some to have a little taste while you're sewing. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I don't know if this is going to work. I might see. It might not. I might not have enough. Of course, this one, obviously, it's flatter, but it's a lot slimmer hole. I'm all fingers and thumbs, aren't I? So, hope you're all doing well. I bet your mouth's watering now. So, my dad's a happy bunny. He's getting a bit fed up of this. He's getting fed up of not going anywhere because he's 85 and he's been on strict shielding in London, and you know, my sister just sorts his food out and just takes it. And I think it's getting him down a bit, really. I think since my mum died, I think it's they moved down there to be for the hospital situation for treatment for my mum, and my sister lives down there, of course, but I think he's always lived, born and bred a Yorkshireman, and he's always lived, he's a northerner. I think he feels quite isolated. You can't get out and about anyway, can you? Whatever age you are. He sees my sister and my sister takes him out and about, but yeah, so that's my plum story. That's my little ditty for today. You'll have to let me know what you're working on. So if you're stitching, I know a lot of you, I know Lynn, you do your stitching along with it. Let me know what you're working on. There are some new packs, some new fabric packs going in the shop very shortly. I did a lot last year and they all went. And there was some lovely, so I've got some more lovely fabrics waiting. In fact, where have I got them? Probably nowhere to hand. Yeah, I don't know where I've put them even. They're probably in a big tub. Keep putting stuff in those big tubs when I pack them. I've not got them to hand, they were the sewing kits. There's some nice fabrics again. I've been to my lady that does the upholstery fabrics. So that's gone in. And then there's some lovely, because as you know, until the draw for the shop doesn't finish until Saturday. So go and have a look, see if you want anything. There are, I've got 5 sets. I only did 5 with the papers I've got. 5 sets of old papers, vintage papers. And they are old English papers. The only thing that's not the 1800, there's some dictionary, Spanish dictionary pages in there from the 1800s. But there's the rest of it's all vintage from the UK. There's and I've chosen it for the colours as well, you know, because sometimes it's not just about the age, is it? It's about how the colours are, how they've foxed, and the lovely brown colours in them. And also I've got some in there, there's some pages from a novel that have got green sprayed edges, which was, you know, it was quite the expensive books back in the day to have sprayed edges. It was quite popular nowadays, but you know, for vintage paper to have sprayed edges, that's pretty good going, good quality. I'm trying to think what else is. There is something from the 60s, it's probably late 50s, early 60s, stuff from some of my own childhood. They drop it, you know, they were dropping to bits. I couldn't keep them any longer, so I may as well share those. And there's a lovely picture. There's some things out of an Elizabethan box. I think I can get cold. Watch her fall off the chair. Nearly. Look at that. So if you're doing an Elizabethan or an old, if you're using Rachel's Renaissance kit or whatever, and you want, look at that with the horses with all the livery on it. It says the chariot drawn by 4 horses upon which chariot stood the coffin covered with purple velvet, and upon that the representation, the canopy, borne by 6 knights. So there's a nice little mixture in there. They've all got one of these big plates of a different image from the Elizabethan book. Right, okay. This isn't going to... I'm hoping I've got some more of this. So that's the thing you have to be mindful of when you're doing these Dorset buttons, that you have... I mean, there are ways of joining it, but it's better if you don't have to. And let's see if I can get some more of that gold. I think that's it. No, that's not it. It's a bit bobbly, that lot. Looks like that was the only bit. Is there any at this end? Oh, yes. Yay. I should be able to finish it with that. Let me put that around my neck. So Thursday, we're going to be starting our edgings. So I'm quite excited about that coming up. I've been putting some ideas together for that. So yeah, that's going to be exciting. It's exciting for me to be thinking of new things to show you. That's sort of, you know, that's that's my creativity, I suppose. That I love to do is to find new ways of doing things to show other people. I do like teaching. I used to love teaching in nursing. I did go and get teaching qualifications, and I did used to, you know, love doing teaching. And also when I was in occupational health, I used to do quite a lot of, you know, like health promotion and things is teaching. I'm going to do another knot round here because it's getting a bit frayed, that last little bit. It's going to not look right. Oh, you can see it. I'm wandering. I tend to wander, don't I? It's hard to do things at arm's length. I will find the, if I can, find the video that I did on making Suffolk puffs when I did it with the needles and different threads. And in fact, when you're using something this fine, you probably are as well using a needle instead of faffing about like this. But yeah, just get that out of the way. Let's hope that this will be enough to finish it. You watch, I'll get to there. But there's ways around that. We can stick something on that, can't we? Stick a butterfly on. Oh, there he goes. There's Nelson. I took him for a walk. He's had his long walk this morning because it looks like it's going to rain, actually. We had 2 really lovely hot days last week, and then we're back to run down to autumn. It's still quite warm. It's just very, very dull and dreary. Oh, the fair has come as well. So I think I mentioned it last year when the fair came, because I think I remember saying, do you have fairs in the States, for those of you that live there? I'm sure quite a few of you answered, and I think you did, Nola. So it's here again. Can you believe that's a year? It only comes once a year in September, and which you can cope with, can't you? But it's on the big, you know, we face fields, and sometimes you'll get a Sunday football team, you know, amateur footballers playing on a Sunday. But apart from that, you don't have any noise. But the fair comes. I'll try and get you a bit of footage this year. Actually, it'd be quite nice, because they do like have a light show as part of this fair, and drives Nelson mad, as you can imagine. He's barking. Oh dear, he goes into bark mode. So they start about 6, and to be fair to them, they do stop at, I think it's 9 o'clock. They stop. Part of the rules for getting the license. So you know, it's not too bad, but crikey, it must be deafening. To them, because we can't hear ourselves thinking here. So I'll try and get you a bit of footage and put it on. Well, I'm saying I will. We'll see if David could do a bit of filming. The camera's holding on with a wing and a prayer, you know. I keep meaning to put one of those buy me a coffee things that everybody seems to be doing, you know, and everybody could put £1 in or whatever a week or whatever. I don't know how they work. And then that would help towards some new filming equipment. I have to look into that. Because I don't think you can get a coffee for £1 now, can you? Or, you know, £1 is probably, I don't know, about 80 cents, is it? 80 cents, 80 euros. You certainly can't here. About £2.50, I think, for a takeaway coffee. Starbucks or wherever. It's looking nice though. I actually think it's got a touch of black in this thread. It's hurting my arm though. I think I like this one best for filling in the space. This one, I might do another one like that in a different colour. But this one could go somewhere else, like perhaps there. You know, I could have it on top of that one and then fill it in with some French knots perhaps. Yeah, probably something like that. Because I think I prefer that flat one with a small centre. Won't necessarily have to do much in that centre if you place it right. No, quite like that. Yeah, I think that'll be quite nice actually. I have got more flat ones, not many, but I've got another one that, yeah, I've got another one that size. 2 more left, that's all. I think that'll work. The bracelets are coming off. Okay then guys, so I'm going to call it a video, because the camera, as David's saying, the point in the camera is getting a bit hot. And we will resume again this cover next Tuesday, which we will have the pick jar ready. And I think I will just take one pick out a week, unless we get loads and loads of different ideas. And we'll do a little bit of relaxation and meditation, because you've missed out this week. And take care, all of you. And sorry we've had all these interruptions with you know, the plum saga. But anyway, my dad's a happy bunny, and that's important. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. Thank you to everybody that's already subscribed and do this on a regular basis. It's all about apparently building this algorithm for YouTube. So come and join us. Come and join. We've got some lovely friends here. And yeah, and I'll see you Thursday for the start of our edgings. Really looking forward to that. So grab some of your scraps and some of your recycling stuff, and I'll see you Thursday. Bye for now.